Okay, so when it comes to improving your golf game, what's the very first thing you think of? Is it, more hours on the driving range? Hitting the gym, maybe? Working on strengths, flexibility? But what if I told you the real key, the secret to your next big breakthrough, isn't just about the physical side? What if it's about learning how to truly see? Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into how vision and perception are, well, kind of being revolutionized in golf. It reveals stuff that's been underestimated for way too long. We've gone through a whole stack of sources, pulled out the key insights for you. So consider this your shortcut to getting up to speed on this pretty surprising topic.
It really is surprising, isn't it? Because, as coaches, as players, we often get so caught up in the numbers, the data, like exactly where the club should be, the body positions. But the visual system, our sight, that's actually the most engaged system in the human brain. It's huge. We're talking over 40% of our brain area is dedicated just to visual processing. It's like the superpower we haven't fully tapped into.
Yeah, that's incredible. And it's not just the sheer processing power, right? I mean, think about those CAT-PCHA things online. Click all the squares with traffic lights. They're like effortless for us, but computers really struggle. That's our unique human visual intelligence.
Exactly.
And the really exciting part is that visual intelligence, you can actually train it. And in golf, well, that's proving to be a massive game changer. So our mission today is to unpack exactly how this new visualization tech and neurovisual training, how they're making those errors you couldn't see before totally visible, and how that's just fundamentally changing golf performance. Let's dive in. Okay, so for decades, golf coaches, they've relied really heavily on 2D video. You know the drill. Set up a camera, record the swing, play it back. It's been sort of the foundation.
Right. Standard practice.
But the thing is, 2D video, well, it's flat, right?
Yeah.
By its very nature, it has limits. You only see one plane of motion, and that can hide so much.
Exactly right. And that's why this shift to 3D analysis is, well, it's the real game changer here. And one of the most advanced examples we're seeing is this technology called eCoach 360 degrees. What it does is pretty amazing. It takes a simple video, just one you capture, and uses some sophisticated AI and over 35 biomechanical points on the body, plus club tracking, and bam, it converts it all into a complete biomechanical analysis. Okay. So it's not just a video anymore. It's this data-rich 3D model of your actual swing.
That's incredible control. So for a coach or even just a golfer looking at their own swing, what's the most common sort of aha moment you see when they first get their hands on that 3D avatar, when they can finally spin it around?
Oh, it almost always comes from the new perspective. That's the big one. With this eCoach 360-degree avatar, you're not just stuck with, say, down-the-line view. You can look at the golfer from 6 different angles. Front, back, top, bottom, down the line, target. You can rotate it, slow it right down in real time. It gives you this unprecedented control. And that ability, seeing it from all these dimensions, lets you spot subtle visual patterns. And crucially, it reveals errors that were just, completely hidden in 2D. Invisible.
Makes sense.
And this level of accuracy, it's why experts like Dr. Phil Cheatham have actually endorsed it. It validates the science behind it. It's really about getting the right information to your brain visually.
Okay, so the tech shows us the swing in this amazing detail. But how does our brain actually take that visual info and learn from it? Like really learn. That seems to be where this neurovisual golf training comes in. This is where it gets really interesting, right? We're moving beyond just seeing the swing.
Yeah, we're talking about actively training your brain to interpret and react to that visual information. It fundamentally changes how you learn and perform because, see, the brain doesn't just passively record what it sees. It actively interprets it. You hear about great players having movement intuition. Well, that doesn't just come from watching their swing once or twice. It comes from like hundreds, maybe thousands of visually reviewed movement patterns that get processed and internalized. Neurovisual training basically puts that whole process on steroids.
So it's more than just seeing the numbers like degrees of turn or whatever. How does this kind of visual feedback actually feel different to a golfer compared to, say, a coach just telling them something or looking at a flat 2D image? Does it make the feeling of the right move click faster?
Oh, absolutely. It makes it tangible. With eCoach 360 degrees, for instance, you can compare your own swing in full 3D, side by side with a Tour Pro avatar. Imagine seeing that.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And you get immediate visual feedback on key things that are notoriously hard to track otherwise. Things like side bend, lift, how much your chest is turning, that crucial X factor.
Right, the separation for power.
Exactly. That separation between shoulder and hip turn, it takes these abstract ideas and makes them concrete visual, gives you a clear target. And here's the critical point. When you correlate that really precise visual feedback with the motor learning, with the actual movement, that's what leads to real lasting corrections. Like at the brain level, take something like pelvis lift. It's a subtle move, but super important, almost impossible to see accurately with the naked eye or even standard video.
Right.
But with this kind of 3D visualization, it's clear as day. You can see it, understand it, and then optimize it. And that makes a huge difference in efficiency and power.
Okay, so we've got the power of seeing in 3D and how the brain learns from that visual input. But all that fancy analysis depends on getting good data in the first place, right? That first step, capturing the video accurately. Why is that so foundational?
It really is everything. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say. If your video capture isn't right, even the smartest AI can't give you the most accurate analysis. It just can't. So the eCoach 360-degree app, for example, gives you really specific guidelines because better input definitely means better output.
Okay, so what are the key things?
Right. Firstly, camera height needs to be at belly button height. That gives a consistent perspective for the AI.
Got it. Belly button.
Secondly, distance. You want to be about 7 to 10 feet away. That's roughly 2 to 3 meters. Gives the AI the right frame to track all those points. And this is crucial. You absolutely have to use a tripod.
No shaky hands.
Definitely not. Shaky footage completely messes up the analysis. It needs that stability. And lastly, lighting. Make sure you've got decent lighting, especially so the club face stays clear and visible the whole way through the swing.
Makes sense.
And there are even, instructional videos out there specifically showing you how to capture great swing videos for systems like eCoach 360 degrees. So it's a structured process they guide you through.
Okay, that's practical. Now let's bring this home with a real-world story. You mentioned one that really shows the impact of this tech, not just for performance, but for something maybe even more important, a golfer's health.
Yeah, the case of Will Zalatoris, the pro golfer, is a really powerful example. He was struggling with some pretty bad lower back disc issues, debilitating stuff. And they were using traditional 2D analysis, but it just wasn't picking up the root cause. It turned out he had excessive side bend in his swing. But in 2D, from the standard angles, you just couldn't really see it properly. It was hidden.
So the problem was there, but invisible to the usual methods.
Exactly. It was only when they analyzed his swing using a 3D avatar, like the one from eCoach 360 degrees, that this excessive side bend became obvious. That was the root cause of his pain. And once they saw it, they could correct it.
Wow. So it wasn't just about fixing his swing for better shots. It was literally about fixing the thing causing him pain and potentially threatening his career.
Precisely. It was about safeguarding his health.
And what's really interesting is that it gave Zalatoris a new kind of tangible swing cue, right?
Yeah.
Something you could actually feel.
Yeah, his key became butt back and turn around the corner. Simple, actionable, visual.
Butt back and turn around the corner.
Yeah.
I like that. It makes it real.
It does.
Yep.
And it led directly to a healthier, more powerful movement pattern for him.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other little inefficiencies or even harmful movements we might have, maybe in other sports or just daily life, that simple 2D just can't pick up.
It definitely highlights the prevention aspect, doesn't it? This kind of advanced visualization isn't just about playing better golf. It's an incredible tool for protecting long-term physical health. By catching these potentially harmful movements early, before they become serious injuries, it really shifts the focus beyond just performance to more holistic well-being.
So wrapping this up, we circle back to where we started. What we've really unpacked here is that the key to that next big leap in your golf game,
Wow.
it might not just be more hours grinding it out. It's more about better learning, specifically better visual learning, using structure, using perspective, using this kind of technology to truly understand your swing.
That's exactly it. A system like eCoach 360 degrees isn't just an analysis gadget. It's really a comprehensive visual learning system. Its real power is showing you precisely how the best players in the world move, and crucially, showing you exactly how you can close that gap. It turns those abstract coaching concepts into something you can see, understand, and act on.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? If our brains are just wired for this incredible visual intelligence, and we're only now starting to unlock its potential in something like golf, what other areas of our lives, maybe our work, our health, our learning, what else could be completely transformed if we just learn how to truly see them properly? Something to think about.